is the state of the fintech market in East Africa? Where can you put it at?
I mean, I think we're ahead. We're growing.
Yes.
It's massive. If you start, I mean, some of the numbers you look at, if you think about banking today, 90% by volume transactions in a bank are done over a mobile phone. If you think about what we now have in terms of the different new technologies that have been introduced, things like M-Pesa in mobile money payments,
Yes.
Lending, and this is just scratching the surface. There's a lot more that can be done. We are talking about now looking at what can be done in the insurance space, what can be done in the agricultural space. I mean, we have all these new terms that have come up, agri-tech, insurtech. Recently, CIO hosted Sacco Tech.
Yes.
Saccos being a very big movement in East Africa. Again, a lot of new technologies coming in that area to assist in actually making Sacco transactions or whatever businesses you are in more effective and efficient in terms of operations.
Yes, and when you look at the driving force behind investments in fintech in East Africa, which one would you say are the leading?
Currently, we're seeing a lot of banks, and we also do, as you know, on the lending side, your private lenders. But the banks have actually been making quite some good strides in actually trying to bring, to take advantage of it. I mean, if you think about it, a couple of years back, what was the actual penetration or the formal access to finance for the people in Kenya was pretty low. But ever since mobile money came in, we're looking at over 75%.
Yes.
So the banks are getting into it with the help of the telcos, of course. And we do have other players coming in, private investors coming in, putting up services that customers in their region can use.
Yes.
So it is growing. We do expect that it will continue to grow so. But my call, and I think this is what CIO East Africa is trying to push on, is to try as much as possible to make this an Africa event, an Africa drive, because we're leading in it.
Yes.
We have some good strides that we're doing, that we're making in it. So we need to see innovation, collaboration coming from African companies driving the agenda.
Yes, which sort of leads me to the next question. You say that East Africa is trying to catch up. We are catching up in a good pace. So when you look at
we're ahead.
Yeah, we're ahead, isn't it? So when you look at the investors who are leading it, is it international or local investors who are sort of investing into fintech?
It depends where you look at.
Yes.
So a lot of the private guys coming in are obviously your Silicon Valley guys coming in on the mobile lending side.
Yes.
On the banking side, if you think about the innovation that's coming around in banking here, it's being led by the local banks. Your equity, KCBs, CBAs are driving the fintech agenda. And your international banks, well, we can see where they are in comparison. Yes.
All right, well, so how are commercial banks, let me just say locally or in East Africa, approaching fintech? Are they collaborating, or they're sort of looking at this as a way for us to have their sole departments in their institutions?
Well, banks have always been traditionally exclusive to creating their own services. But as we move forward, and that's what fintech is about, for you to be able to effectively and efficiently provide a service for your consumers to enjoy, you need to be innovative and you need to collaborate with other players in the market. That's exactly what the summit is hopefully going to achieve. Be able to put people of like-minded minds in one room to be able to find areas where they can be able to work together. So collaboration definitely is what drives fintech, and it cannot be ignored or made separate.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I know we're looking forward to the summit. So what is the next big thing in terms of fintech? What we expect in the next few years from now?
The sky is the limit. If you look at even going as much as I'm saying this is something that we are driving, is an African agenda. If you look at the West, today majority of your high street shopping has been replaced by online shopping. If you look at Kenya today, majority of your bank transactions, it's no longer about going to the bank, it's doing banking. So again, it's changing. So we don't know where it'll end up, but then What we do know, the end customer is who is in mind. It's about making services more efficient, effective, cost effective as well,
Yes.
for the end consumer. And also the key thing that will be able to help propel this is how regulation manages the whole process.
Yes.
How do regulators assist in building this innovation and collaboration and not killing it? How do they create sandboxes for those innovators to come and be able to demonstrate their new innovations that would actually help further engage or further grow the fintech environment in the region?
Yes.
So these are the exciting things that we are yet to see.
Yes.
And there's a lot more. We have many young guys coming out of colleges, universities with new ideas. Recently, I saw some Kenyans who came up with a parking app.
Yes.
So the different fintech solutions, innovations that are out there, limitless.
All right, which leads me to the last question that will cap this conversation as we look to wake up with you tomorrow. What is the desired outcome for the East African Summit this year? What do you like to see at the end of this summit?
I mean, there are many questions to be answered.
Yes.
We definitely want to see a lot of collaboration. We definitely want to hear a lot from the regulators and how the regulators, or for people to contribute and be able to share on how the regulators can further enhance or develop this fintech journey and make it a success in the market and in the region.
Yes.
I think what we want to be able to drive is start seeing is how can we in East Africa start defining and start charting our own journey on this fintech agenda, on this fintech revolution. We are leading, we're ahead on it. We need to be able to do what is needed to be able to ensure that our customers in our regions are getting the services that they need, and that no one is taking them for a ride.
Yes.
So a lot of discussions with the regulators, a lot of new technology around artificial intelligence. We've got a lot of stuff that we'll be talking about in distributed ledgers. So quite a number of interesting things and exchange of information to be seen at the summit.
Looking forward to the summit, sir. And thank you very much for creating time to come to Metropole TV News this afternoon, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Be sure to join live Metropole TV tomorrow.